Hello, and welcome to Not the Innocent LunA Eclipsed SinnerS. Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, a very long title for a game, but yeah, that's a cool little intro. But yeah, I am going into this pretty much completely blind. All I know is that it is a visual novel. Yeah, so let's start. Hold on, before I start, I just realized my cursor is not there. I want you guys to see this. Pretty fucking cool. Anyway, let's start a game. Oh, please select alpha episode. Well, okay, we don't really have much of a choice. Can you tell me your family name? Okay, what are we going to do? I think we'll do red. Fuck it, let's go with Scotty. Okay, the story is fictional, please treat it as a fantasy show. Any resemblance to any organizations or person is purely coincidental. Sky is dark. Wind roars as fierce rain pours down. Heavy rain can be heard far and wide, evoking a feeling of sadness. A black cloud is creeping its way along the dark sky, spreads far and wide as it is devouring everything. Heavy rain spatters in the forest near the town. It's midnight. Distant town and the forest are all shrouded in an uncomfortable silence. Mysterious visitor breaks the silence a while later. A blurred figure appears in the distance, amongst the dense water mist. Thin steps can be heard in the heavy rain. A man in a black outfit is walking towards the depths of the forest. The forest seems to have a guest tonight. Probably wants to remain unknown, as he is wearing black all over. giant stuffed bag in his back, on his back. Corners of his bag say greatly, suggesting that something heavy is inside. Man in black Man in black walks quite slowly. Doesn't seem to be bothered by the giant bag. He advances slowly. Some liquid is dropping out of the bag. Even on a dark night, liquid is clearly visible. Liquid color is totally different from the transparent and pure water. Must be something unusual inside the bag. Wherever he passes by, a distinctive trail is left. To the forest immersed in darkness, Man in Black is no stranger. Heavy rain and muddy road keeps people from trespassing. But he doesn't seem to care about the heavy rain. On the contrary, he looks like he is enjoying the rain, moves quite slowly. Afraid of waking up the sleeping forest, barely makes a sound. However, the liquid inside his bag is dripping more and more. Nearly the whole bag is stained. What am I going to do with it? People may notice me if I'm not doing something about it. It's really difficult to bring the whole thing back. Man's abrupt words break the silence, but he is alone, so nobody hears or responds. His cold voice is drowned out by the sound of the rain. It's okay not to bring back the whole body this time. Great, of course it's a fucking body. I was hoping that it might be just, like maybe food or something. Of course it's a fucking dead body. Going to dispose of it here. Running out these words, the Man in Black throws the bag on the ground heavily. Muffled sound is heard. Only a soft object bumping into the hard ground could make his. Only a soft object bumping into hard ground could make such a sound. More and more liquid oozes over due to his violence. Man becomes impatient and unpacks the bag rudely. Human body suddenly comes out. It's a beautiful girl who is lifelessly packed in that bag. Looks like she is sound asleep. And the pouring rain on a man's violent throat can wake her up. Unknown liquid is from her body. Keeps oozing. I'm guessing it must have been a fresh kill if she's still bleeding. Body is covered by the thick coloured liquid. Liquid is her blood. She lost excessive amounts of blood and died. Man stares closely at the girl. She is such a beauty, but she is lying in a pool of blood. Poor girl. Smiling, he draws a sharp knife from his waist. Cold eyes reflecting the moonlight are somehow very clear. Slowly he bends down and points the knife at the girl. His eyes fill with contempt and indifference. Knife flashes under the moonlight. The girl's fair skin is cut open and blood comes gushing out like a spring. Now, I suppose she has any blood left, and don't know why he needs to cut her up. Like, pretty sure she is 100% dead, so. She, however, is as quiet as a doll. If she were alive, she would not have been able to stand the pain. Gash on her body continues gushing with blood, staining his face and body. Just his finger into her blood and sucks it. Ew. Are you a vampire or something? Delicious. Such a pity not to bring it all back. But I can't risk being spotted, so I'll leave it here. With another flash, he cuts off a piece of flesh from her. It's such a brutal cut, more cruel than ever, that exposes her organs and causes them to scatter all over. Okay, it's enough. I mean, I don't think you need to make sure she's dead. I'm pretty sure she's fucking dead. Looks at the tender flesh from the girl and glances at her broken body. It doesn't even matter if people see her. Who'll be the first to find this poor thing? Really want to know. If her body hasn't decayed when it's found, her flesh will still be edible. What is it with people wanting to eat flesh? Man in black bursts out in cold, harsh laughter, before quickly running into the depths of the forest. Footsteps once again break the silence in the forest, soon disappears in the distance. Poor dead girl is still lying in the cold water, with her skin washed pale by the rain. Man, well, that was a brutal way to start the visual novel. The Day We Cease to Live, Chapter 1, Dark Nightmare. I'm alone in a strange and gloomy corridor. Can't remember how I got here. What happened to me? The corridor stretches on ahead of me, winding and endless. There are countless doors to the dark rooms on the sides of the corridor. The air is filled with the suffocating smell of blood that seems to come from those dark rooms. I keep walking in the corridor and stay away from those rooms. I've never been here before. The smell of blood is everywhere in the corridor. What's this place? What's inside those dark rooms? It scares me to think about. The only thing I want to do is go through the corridor and leave this place as soon as possible. Sound of cold objects colliding, accompanied by the sounds of liquids splattering, can be heard unceasingly in the corridor. Sounds creep me out. What exactly is in here? Where's the smell of blood coming from? I have no idea where those sounds are from. What has happened or is happening in those rooms? Could they be the places where a psychopathic murderer dismembers bodies and stores them? Things like this can make me very fearful. Well, we at least know existence of one of them. Just hope he doesn't live here. Well, how chilled and fearful I feel, even though the corridor isn't that cold. I'm afraid something bad may happen to me if I don't leave right now. I increase my pace and walk towards the end of the corridor. Don't know how long I have been walking. I just focus on the patch ahead. It seems to take forever to go through the corridor. When I look around, I find myself in a different place. I can tell that I didn't stay put, kept going around in circles. First, I was able to see sunlight through the windows of the corridor. Now it's pitch dark outside the windows, so I can tell that I've been walking for a long time. But the long time I spent walking has all been in vain, as up to now, I am still trapped in this endless corridor. Came up with the idea of leaving this place through the window, but when I opened it, the only thing I saw was dazzling sunshine. Everything I'm looking for, flowers, plants, trees, buildings, even the ground, is nowhere to be seen. I don't know how high I am off the ground. Normally, no matter how high the floor is, flowers, plants, and buildings on the ground can still be seen. However, looking out from the windows here, I saw nothing except the deep blue sky and golden sunshine. I keep wondering how it is possible as I look outside the window. Don't dare to think about what might happen to me if I jump out of the window, so I have to give up on the thought and stare ahead and keep walking. As long as I don't stay put or trace my steps, I eventually will get to the end of this corridor. Though the corridor isn't straight, it's the only road in sight. I have two choices. One is to go forward, and the other is to turn back. However, going into a walled-up room is pointless, beyond discussion. So, I believe I can reach the end if I go along. Oh, and we're back to tense blood again. Stop unconsciously and smell a much stronger scent of blood. Smell is too strong to breathe, but nothing happens around me. Suddenly, the faded fear clutches at me even more strongly. Could it be that I've come to the storage place where the dismembered body is being kept? Or is it the place where a murder is going on? Why not both? Suppressing this horrible thought, I find cold sweat breaking out on my forehead. Sweat deepens my fear. I stand in the middle of the corridor, stiffly, and watch the surroundings closely. Suddenly, a cold and sharp sound is heard in the quiet corridor. Besides the sharp noise, the sound of liquid splattering and a girl's scream can also be heard. Yeah, those are very loud and intense sounds. Scream fills every corner of the corridor. At that moment, the room seems to tremble. After the scream dies down, the corridor returns to a state of terrified silence, just like nothing ever happened. I find myself trembling from the shock and fear. I was able to determine where the scream came from. It came from the room beside me. What happened in there? Judging from that scream, it's natural to think about the brutal murder of that girl. The cruel scene of dismemberment of that girl emerges in my mind. Fear is reaching its limits. What should I do? Oh. Into the room and go forward. Fuck it. Not like we're making any progress here, so why not enter the room? The scream of that girl still echoes in my ears. It may save her if I enter the room now. Can't turn a blind eye when someone is in danger. So I decide to follow that sound and enter the room. Later, I push the door open. I'm going in and see a broken room and great dense white fog. Eyesight blurs upon entering the white fog. If someone were to assault me right now, I would be doomed. But now I can't get distracted by these thoughts. Try to restrain my fear and panic and look for people in the room. It's really quiet. Carefully walk around the room to try and find the source of the scream. But after a while, to my surprise, I find nothing here. How come? Am I wrong? It is impossible. I hear the sound loud and clear, and it was quite near me. There's no use staying here anyway. Better go out. Yeah, maybe it was the screams of a ghost, which I think is much more better than seeing an actual dead body, but go back to the corridor. Rather leave here as soon as possible and look for the source of the scream. Therefore, I decided to go along and find the exit as soon as possible. Oh, hi. What? Yep, definitely ghost. This place is haunted. I see a girl's figure where I look ahead in the corridor, but it disappears immediately. Someone is indeed here. Judging from that figure, it must be a girl. So the sound I heard earlier makes sense. What happened to her? Must chase her down. I am in full gear to run towards the end of the corridor, for there is not only an exit, but also a mysterious girl there. Thunder blasts outside the room, and it begins to rain. If I can't get out soon, things will get messier. Strong lightning helps me see clearly which room the girl goes in. I must know the way out. Okay, I must chase her down and clear my doubts. Rush to that room. Clearly saw that girl disappear into the room. Can't be wrong this time. Maybe she's showing us where her body lays. take a deep breath and open the door. What the hell? I'm shocked by the bloody scene. The whole room is covered in blood, which I have never seen. A strong smell of blood tests my limits. I start feeling sick. I throw up badly. Miserable as I am, I still don't want to leave until I find that girl. I feel much better after vomiting most of the stuff out of my system, but pull myself together to closer look at the room. And suddenly, I see. Oh, hi. It's an actual girl. Okay, it was honestly kind of expecting at least some part of her body, but I mean, with how much of this place is covered in blood, don't know how much of the body is left. If there is even a body. Yeah. Nanami? Are you Nanami? This girl is Nanami Shio, whom I knew since childhood. I'm a little embarrassed to call her my childhood sweetheart. She doesn't seem to recognize me and stands there at a loss. I mean, I don't blame her for wandering into a room like this. I'd probably be in shock too. Can't help wondering why she is here. I feel somehow completely lost coming here. Why is she here? Nanami Shio. Call her again loudly. This time she responds. She slowly turns to me, but her look is full of fear. I feel cold and stiff when she stares at me. Don't know what to say. Nanami Shio, are you okay? What happened? She does not respond, stares stiffly. Nanami, do you remember me? I'm Scotty. Scotty. After I tell her who I am again, she finally talks, which comforts me a little. Yes. Nanami, what happened to you? Again, there is an awkward silence. She looks away and keeps silent. Nanami, could you answer my questions? She remains silent, and still, no matter what I ask, what happened to her? She isn't the Nanami I knew. I mean, we're in the fucking bloody room, what do you expect? Remember, she was a lovely and kind girl. Judging from her expression, she must be horrified. It's inevitable that her character would change under such an environment. People have fragile spirits and can easily be scared in a strange environment. What's more, this place is filled with blood and horrible sounds. Anyone would be freaked out easily under such circumstances. Now she may have already seen many scary scenes, judging by the expression on her face. Nanami is standing there and looking around with a disturbed expression. I finally think of a way to break the awkward silence. The smell of blood doesn't weaken, but deepens during the whole time. Nanami. I call her once again, loudly, but she remains standing still. It appears that the only way of getting her out of this bloody place is by forcing her out with me. Suddenly there is a strange sound in the corridor. The scary sound creeps me out. There's no doubt that Nanami is in great shock. I can clearly see that she is trembling. I can feel that danger is approaching us. If we stay here, then real danger will befall us. Since Nanami Shio isn't injured, the smell of blood must be coming from somewhere else. Better check the room first. Any place that hasn't been checked is the place where Nanami is standing, so I need to approach her first. Nanami, don't move. I'll come over to you. No, don't come here. When I'm about to come over to her, Nanami screams at me. All of a sudden. Thunder blasts again. I'm totally shocked by a scream, and the sudden thunder. Function can't move one step forward. I want to step forward, but because of the fear, I can't control my legs. Nanami, don't be afraid. You'll be fine with me. Even though I say this to comfort her, I feel with fear too. I feel like I don't know her at all. I have no idea what's going to happen. Nanami. No, she is crying with tears dripping from her cheeks. She must be really scared now. I should rush over to protect her right now. Nanami, don't be afraid. It won't hurt you. I start to comfort her while moving towards her slowly. This time she doesn't strongly reject me. Instead she stands there and cries. I promise I will take you out of here. She's my childhood sweetheart. Can't sit idly by without lending a helping hand. Come to her without her acknowledgement. She can't stop crying. Tears keep dripping down. Nanami is very adorable even while she's crying. Suddenly have the urge to hug her and kiss her. Yeah, not the most appropriate time to be doing that, especially in a room like this. What am I thinking at this critical moment? Now we are still in danger. Mine can't be occupied with her loveliness right now. Nanami, are you okay? Try to bring her back to reality. Grab her shoulder with one hand and pat her face with the other hand. But Nanami still has no reaction, and she doesn't even look at me. Okay, what she's looking at then. The sight of her helplessness tears at my heart. After wiping her tears, I start to shake every corner of the room. Some deformed remains are piled in the corner behind Nanami. Whose are these? Now I'm taken aback. I find the dead's four limbs cut into pieces and their heads smashed. But judging from the cut open chest, the dead is a girl. No means for me to identify the dead since their remains are a mess. Nanami must be scared by the remains. Too much for a girl. So the scream makes sense. But even with the truth revealed, we are still strongly overwhelmed by uneasiness and horror. Why? Why is this happening? I feel sick at my stomach again after seeing this horrible scene, smelling the blood. I prevent myself from vomiting and turn my gaze to Nanami. She walks a few steps away from me without me noticing, and she stares at me in fear. She's scared of me? Nanami, let's leave, okay? No. This time I don't give her the chance to refuse me. I merely grab her hand and see blood is all over her hands. The blood on her soft hands is still warm and wet. Whose blood is this? No, don't. Finally starts talking when I'm lost in thought, but what she says really surprises me. Is she not willing to leave here? Or does she hate me being around? Yeah, something is definitely going on here. Maybe she suspects me of doing all this, which I don't think I did it. Unless it's like an unreliable narrator type situation, but be good. It's very dangerous here. I'm taking you out of here right now. Though I have no idea where the exit is, I at least need to take her away from this disgusting and horrible room. No, I won't go. Please. Please. Nanami once again sheds tears. Confused and don't know what to do. Sorry, I don't understand. This is such a dangerous place. Scotty, please. Nanami, tell me what's wrong. I'll help you. Scotty, please. Kill me. What? Scotty, kill me, please. Okay, I mean, that's kind of an over-exaggeration. I'm sure we'll get out of here just fine. I am trapped in here. Nanami, I promise I'll get you out of here. Trust me. No, I'm trapped in here. So please kill me. Nanami. Nanami, what the hell is she talking about? Is she trapped in this room like I'm trapped in that corridor? Because, yeah, I can't seem to escape from the corridor and leave. Maybe she can't leave this room, which kind of fucked. Because I would not want to be trapped in a room like this. When asked more questions, she keeps repeating those words. Appears that I have to decide what to do on my own. Oh, okay, you leave her here or take her away forcibly. Let's try getting her out of here. Nanami, I'm sorry. I must take you with me today. Yeah, I don't think leaving her in that room is gonna do her any good. Before she realizes it, I'm already carrying her on my back. Hold on to me, Nanami. Says nothing and has no reaction. Finally balance her on my back. After making sure she is okay, I continue walking ahead along the corridor. Finally make it to the end of the corridor. I'm totally exhausted. Where are we? Okay, this is definitely not the corridor. Coming out from the room, I walk into a forest. Never been here before. Forest isn't thick, and the few withered trees around the building reek with an atmosphere of gloom. I mean, it smells a lot better than that bloody room. I finally want to see what the building looks like, so I turn around and look back at it. But I only see gloomy darkness, and can't even see its outline clearly. The only thing I know for sure is the building is very grand. After all, I've walked forever in it. How did I come here? Who brought me here? I need to figure this out, but time is ticking away. Rain is pouring and we have no place to hide. The building we just got out of is not an option. I feel much safer spending the night outside than staying inside the gloomy building. Besides, with the forest being sparse, I can easily detect danger around us. It's better to walk ahead and find a place to crash. Keep walking while looking for shelter. Finally find a cave, totally worn out with Nanami on my back. We'll spend the night here. Look back at Nanami. She falls asleep with her eyes closed. After going through all that shock, she must be very tired. Poor thing. But at least she's alive. Cause I thought maybe taking her out of the room might kill her, but okay, we seem to be good so far. At least we're out of there. She is really sweet and doesn't move at all on my back. With the last of my strength, I carry her into the cave. I put Nanami on a clean rock in the cave. I suddenly feel something is wrong. Uh-oh. Maybe I spoke too soon. Take a good look at her and find her body is blood-stained. How is this possible? Nanami is hurt. Nanami? Nanami. She is in deep sleep and does not respond. Nanami, wake up. Fear something is wrong, and I start to shake her in the hope of waking her up. But nothing works. I check on her, she has no signs of breathing. Well, fuck. Maybe I chose the wrong option. Her body is cold. Recall the words she said when I took her out of that room. No, I am trapped in here. So please kill me. Well, I mean, she's dead, but not by my own hands, I think. LunA, she probably foresaw her own death at that time. Later, I check her body carefully and find a giant wound on her belly. I should have realized her wound when I saw the blood on her hands, but I simply thought the blood was from other people. Yeah, I thought it might have been from that room because there was blood everywhere, so I deeply regret my carelessness. LunA, I'm really sorry. It's my fault. It would have been fine if I had discovered your wound earlier. LunA, I'm sorry. I threw myself against her body, crying. What am I going to do? What should I do? I'm willing to do anything as long as LunA can be brought back to life. But now it's too late. When I wake up, I'm wet with a cold. Okay, let me try that again. When I wake up, I am wet with a cold sweat. Opening my eyes, I see neither the gloomy and winding room, nor the sparse forest and the rain. So relieved to find myself in my familiar bedroom. I sit on my bed and collect my thoughts. All the terrible experiences flash back in my head. Okay, so was that all a dream, or maybe a past life? These scenes merge in my head. I keep sweating on the thought of the horror and blood. Okay, it was just a nightmare. Now everything is over. For now. Keep comforting myself. Pulling open the curtains, I see the tranquil and beautiful scenery, which really comforts me. With the sunlight shining in my room, my head gradually wakes up from the nightmare, and all the terrible scenes fade away. Luckily, it was just a dream. Such a relief. The dream was indeed a terrible experience. Look up to see the clock. It's 6 o'clock sharp. So early? I didn't sleep well due to the nightmare. Since I already got up, I don't want to go back to sleep. Today is the first day of the vacation. Our plans with LunA. She will come to see me at 7. Wait, LunA? LunA, she was the heroine in my nightmare. Rather call her a heroine than a close friend, or childhood sweetheart. Besides, her strange character and her way of talking in my dream, she was so adorable, as always. But it was just a dream rather than reality. It would be awful if my nightmare became real. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing there? Still a little sleepy. Lie back in bed after talking to myself. There's 1 hour to go. What should I do now? Should I go to her house or wait for her while laying in bed? What do we do? Okay, I think I'll go to LunA's house, because I don't want to fall asleep on it. After deciding to go to LunA's house, I am quickly on my way. I, after all, had a strange dream about her, and I'm still haunted by those scenes in my dream. Even though it's not real, I still feel the great pain of when I couldn't save her in my dream. Really concerned about her. Better see her soon. After I see her smiling face and make sure she is okay, the fear from my nightmare will be gone. Oh, there she is. See her coming out of her home. She must have come looking for me. Hey, LunA. Hey, Scotty. Morning. It's rare to see Scotty coming so early. Yeah, I feel the same. You strike me as a lazy bones. You never get up early. You are mean. Come here for you. Can't you say something nice? I'm kidding. I actually want to ask you why you got up so early today. I probably haven't gotten used to the summer vacation. I'm not talking about the nightmare with her right now. I'll find a good time to tell her later. Hopefully when it doesn't become all real. Is that so weird? Oh, is that so weird? Tell me. Yeah, tell me about it. Forest around the town is a good place to go with a light mood. It's wonderful lying on the slope and enjoying the fresh air. Anime must be looking for some odd flowers and plants. She has had a thing for various plants since childhood. Anime Shio, who grew up with me, always asked me to come to the forest when we were little. At first, she was afraid of going to the forest alone. Besides, she had a few friends in childhood and I was sort of her close friend. We hung out a lot, so the intimacy between us grows naturally. So we just keep each other company most of the time. I recall after I went out with her a few times, I felt bored and reluctant to go. I became accustomed to it later and had fun. We've grown up now and taken to spending time like this. When we go out, I always explore the forest with her. There's no sign of fierce animals in the forest, so it's pretty safe here. Sometimes lie on the grass, enjoying the sun and coziness, leave her stunning flowers and plants. So tired. I'm going to take a rest here. When I'm absorbed in looking at the sky, I hear Nanomi's voice and turn around, find her lying down beside me. Did you find something new? No, I'm so familiar with all the plants here. Yeah, she must be quite familiar even with rare plants after all these years hanging out here. I'm not surprised. It's been a while since I found some new plants. Yeah, even so, you're still obsessed. Right, I'm used to it. Don't repeat what I'd said. You're really into these plants and flowers. I can't get enough of them. She has a unique way of studying flowers and plants. She just quietly looks at her favorite flowers and sometimes gently touches them. Why don't you pick them? I asked her many times, but she refused to do so. She is too kind-hearted to hurt them. Is she gonna be secretly turn out to be like a Sanderi or something? Yeah, you know me. I give in to you. Scotty, do you want to live like this? And can you give me an option to say, yeah, I kinda would like to? I'll go for the silent option then. You don't want to live like this? I mean, yeah, I do, but it wouldn't give me the option to say so. Yes, of course I do. Really? Yeah, probably. Although I don't know whether I'll be happy doing the same thing all the time. Fine with it. Scotty, thank you. Why do you suddenly say that, Nanami? Because you have been tolerating me all along. You come here with me all the time, even when you are not enjoying yourself. Nanami, that's not true. Really? Something flickers across her eyes. Loss. Nanami seems a little different from other girls. She has few friends except me. At least I never see her with other peers. Even when she is with me, she doesn't even have many favorite things. Whenever she suggests that we go out, we always come to the forest. When I sometimes suggest doing things that I like, she always keeps me company, even if she does not share any of my interests. Maybe the only thing that attracts her is studying flowers and plants in the forest. Can't help but feel regret over my silence. Must have hurt her feelings. Must have realized that I share no common interests with her. Therefore she feels guilty, as well as lonely and at a loss. Must feel that way, so I can't hurt her. I really cherish our friendship, and no matter what we do together, I feel comfortable. Although I don't know how to describe this wonderful feeling, it never bores me, so I'm really happy to go out with you, honestly. I'm telling you, I love the feeling when you are around. I would never get bored with whatever we do. I'm telling you, I love the feeling when you are around. So, what we do doesn't matter. You don't need to care about it. Naomi, what's wrong? When I turn my head to look at her, the loss in her eyes is gone, and a smile emerges. Happy now? Scotty, I'm sorry. I said something stupid. It's okay. But what did you say? I forgot. Could you say it again? Definitely not. Then smile. I want you to be happy. No problem. No, such a wholesome moment after all the shit that we just went through in that nightmare. Naomi sits up and looks down at me, smiling. So cute. Smile really touches me. Face with such a beautiful smile. Blurt out my feelings. Scotty, what did you say? I didn't hear it. God, using my own words against me? Must have missed what I said. Otherwise she wouldn't have made a detailed inquiry. I said that wrong. You know what I mean. I'm too shy to say it again. Nothing. Weird. Weird? You're blushing. Are you thinking something interesting? Silly no. I doubt that. After finishing lunch in the forest, we take a walk. Do not plan to go back to town until night falls, so none of you prepares our lunch before we leave. We take to having lunch in the forest. It's quite a long way from the forest to the town, so we usually go back home when night falls. Naomi is now beside me. Walk side by side in the forest. Ordinary men and women may feel awkward walking together, but we've gotten used to it. Scotty, how do you feel, or how do you want to spend this summer vacation? Me? I don't plan on doing anything special. You didn't talk like this. Yeah, but it's true. Any plan in mind? You always have your vacation plan scheduled. Yes, that's right. I'm surprised you have no plans for the vacation. No, Naomi, it's not a surprise. To me, I am on vacation every day now. What? So there is no need to make plans. Scotty, are you really giving up on your studies? Yes. Scotty, why? It's my choice. No, if you give up on your studies, what's your plan for the future? I can't get out of this town anyway. You're going up on your hopes because of a stupid reason like that? Hopes? People like us who live in a small, lonely town have no hopes. Huh? Haven't the town and people been here? Okay, I think that's grammatically incorrect, but yeah, haven't the town and the people been here long been abandoned by the world? Although it had its day, now it's just a town of memories. Only we call it the town of memories. People outside will eventually forget the town, and if they don't forget it, nobody will come here again. Because no one is willing to choose despair and death. Well, that's a morbid way of looking at it. I shouldn't have blurted out my feelings, as I immediately regretted doing so. Because too much for people in this town, we are all abandoned without hope. My indiscreet remarks must have hurt LunA, because she strikes me as an optimistic person full of hope. She never gives up on her studies, even in times of despair. I'm such a loser in front of her. Scotty, could you stop saying that? Sorry, LunA. Sorry, I usually become agitated when talking about this stuff. It's okay, I can totally relate to Scotty. Everyone in the town can relate to you. But even so, we still can't give up. I'm not giving up, I'm just wondering why we can't follow our hearts to live, given the reality. We're fully aware that we can't change anything, so why not focus on having a happy life? Scotty, I finally understand. Is it hard to accept? Not at all. It's totally your style. Oh? You already knew my passive attitude? Yes. I am such a loser. I'm kidding. I know what kind of person you are. Really? What you said is also a plan for your future vacation. I feel it's quite odd for you to say that. Is something wrong? Yeah, if I have such a plan, I'm on vacation every single day of my life. Yeah. I am such a lazybones. I'll call you lazybones. No, call me by my name. Okay, lazybones, where are we going next? Wake up. Stop messing with me. Call me by my name. Mr. Lazybones, bye-bye. I'm going to catch you and make you suffer. Yeah, why do I get the feeling that this happy moment isn't going to last forever? By the way, aren't you going to change your lifestyle? How? She talking while walking with her leisurely. After making sure she had not been affected by our conversation. Just as giving up something useless and make your life more comfortable and happy. Let me think. You think about it, it's not such a bad thing, living in this abandoned town. Although we'll never have the chance to fight for our dreams. Not out of the question to live a stable and peaceful life. Ordinary people, especially me, will settle for such an easy life. Sometimes such an easy life can set off my negative emotions, but I'm enjoying a comfortable life most of the time. People harbor conflicting ideas all the time. Everyone in the town, including LunA, will probably have some kind of contradiction at some point. What? I'm really happy now. I'm not surprised. Because I know you never give up. Everything I have is very important to me, so I must cherish them. Including me? Do you cherish me? Yes. LunA is a little shy, but she still nods to respond. And if she... Oh wait. even if I didn't ask her, I know her answer deep down. We grew up together and definitely cherish each other. I'm not surprised at the answer. I already knew it. Why did you ask me if you already knew my answer? Why did you ask me about my vacation plan when you already knew it? Yeah, we're both weird. Don't drag me into it, silly. You started acting weird. Don't call me silly. What did you call me? Let me think. Lazybones. I told you not to call me Lazybones, silly. Don't call me silly, Lazybones. Silly. Lazybones. Silly. Lazybones. Make fun of each other for a while. Finally forge a temporary mutual agreement. We are both are a little tired. So-called mutual agreement is I don't call her silly and she doesn't call me lazybones. If other people hear what we two talk about, they will laugh at us. Some hilarious conversations occur quite often whenever I'm with Nanami, but we are accustomed to such situations. And if we are not alone, we probably ignore other people's looks and are immersed in these hilarious conversations. Today, Nanami and I have arrived at a strange place deep in the forest. We have been to this forest so many times and know it very well. This place is new to us. Having experienced the joy and excitement of finding a new place for so long. Let me take a look at the house. Such a small and shabby house. Start to look around it while Nanami studies flowers and plants nearby. Based on our experiences in the forest, new buildings can be seen in most parts of the forest. Never occurred to me that a small building might be hidden in here. Who lives in it? Hopefully it's potentially abandoned and has no bodies or blood in it. Slowly push the door open to the house out of curiosity. Oh, it's so dark. Can't see anything in the dark room as I'm used to the sunlight outside. Better take a good look at the house. Walk around and carefully. Okay, no blood. Later when my eyes grow accustomed to the darkness, I see the whole scene of the house. It's just an abandoned house. A little disappointed after checking out the house. The fact is too shabby to live in. The roof and walls are in great despair and a thick layer of dust indicates no one has been here for a long time. Never mind, no use staying in here. Better go out. Outside the house, Nanami is still studying the flowers and plants nearby. I will wait for Nanami to meet with me while I keep checking the house. Find out the road behind the house is blocked. Giant withered tree is lying in the middle of the road behind the house, blocking the road completely. We can't move forward. Such a pity. We have never been to the area beyond the blocked road. Want to go forward to see what is ahead of me, but judging from the scene, it's impossible. Better go find Nanami instead. Is it a street cat? Kitty cat! Oh my god, look at it! Oh, he's so cute. When I'm turning around, I glance at the roof of the house. See a cat on it. It is probably a street cat. Only street cats can survive in the forest. Is it on the roof gnawing on something? For a cat living in the forest looking for food is pretty hard. I really hope it's not gnawing on what I think it is. Truly admire those wild animals' ability to find food. Compared to them, humans are just too vulnerable. But I have no interest in watching a cat eating, so I'm going to leave it alone. Fuck, here we go. Just when I look away, an unusual feeling strikes me. Once again, look at the cat. Notice blood is all over the cat. Some fear must have come from seeing the blood. I have a strange feeling that the blood isn't from the cat, but from something to do with the food it is gnawing. Small animals can't bleed so much, but the stray cat is blood-stained. Cool that there is no big animals in the forest, so what is the cat eating now? Uh-oh. Why do I have a feeling it's potentially the body that was dumped at the beginning of the game? Nightmare of last night emerges in my head, and an unprecedented fear is eating me. Just like that, a cat is eating on whatever body part it's got. No, it's just a dream. I shake my head so hard in hopes of eliminating those scary memories. Trying to find out what the cat is gnawing, so as to ease my fear. Choose a good spot where I can clearly see what the cat is eating. Finally see what food it's eating. No, probably shouldn't call it food. Cat is gnawing on a piece of human flesh. Bites fiercely into the white skin, and blood keeps dripping from the torn flesh. What is it? What the hell is it? No sign of large animals in the forest. It's out of the question for a cat to hunt a large animal, so where did it get the flesh from? Once again focus on the flesh. White skin. Soft, torn flesh. I'm eager to deny all the scary speculations in my head, but I fail. Judging from the shape of the flesh, I can only think it's from... Is it from a human? Voice attracts the cat. Or attracts the cat's attention. Glances at me and then focuses on its food. At this moment, the cat moves a little bit and something under it comes out. I couldn't see it clearly early on because the cat had it all covered. A bloody, broken hand is under the cat. The cat has the same tender human skin like that. Out of the flesh which the cat is gnawing. I still can see blood dripping from that broken hand. I have to admit that the cat is gnawing on human flesh rather than something else. What the hell? Head goes blank and then I slump down against the ground. Go back home with Nanami, speechless. My collapse frightened her just now. Finally come back to my senses after Nanami has been calling out to me for a while. Afraid that she would panic, I told her that I slumped down because I fainted. Although Nanami is suspicious of my lie, she looks very sad as if it's all her fault. On our way back to the town, Nanami's face is filled with concern. Now I can't tend to Nanami's care because my head is fully occupied with it by the terrible scene. Scotty, how do you feel? Scotty, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were under the weather when I asked you to hang out with me. No, I'm okay, Nanami. Forced myself to turn my attention to Nanami. I can't let her worry. Need to find out what's going on my own. Sorry. Nanami, I'll be mad at you if you keep saying that. Don't blame yourself. I have been in good condition. Besides, I'm very happy to go out with you. Even if you don't ask me out, I'll offer to go out with you. So it's not your fault. But I still feel so bad. Nanami, you always pin the blame on yourself. You need to stop doing this. You're spoiling me. Okay, Scotty. Feel better? Totally fine. Look. Keep showing her some energetic poses, then... I mean, if it's just in like a playful mood type of thing, and not a sexual type of thing. Fine, do it. Get it over and done with. Suddenly a prank flashes across my mind, and I see LunA's skirt. Look around to make sure we're alone, then all of a sudden I lift her skirt. Oh, fan service time. As the skirt is so short, I see everything under it. Caught her by surprise, so she lets out a cry. LunA, I saw everything. Face is growing red because of my prank. LunA flurries to tidy herself up. Seems that she wants to say something, but words escape her. She's so cute, so I decide to say nothing and wait for a response. This is not cool. Scotty, are you thinking about it? What is it? I know what she means in my heart, but I plan to play the fool. That kind of thing. Like having sex? Friday talks after a long pause. Her face is as red as a ripe apple, but she really is lovely. Wake up. Did the prank to cheer her up. I need to put a stop on all that nasty things. Otherwise she may be mad. No. I am not blaming you. Why can't you tell the truth? At least I'm a boy, so it's natural for me to think about that stuff, right? It's definitely the truth. Truth which should never be told to girls easily. Yeah, you're right. Now is a good time to have an easy conversation to let LunA relax and cheer her up. I actually want to know what you're thinking most of the time. It's a secret. You're not seriously thinking about the gay stuff, are you? Not a future... whatever that was. I'm pretty normal. Really? Futures... yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Not normal. At least I'm not okay with it. What a relief. Sorry? Nothing. I said nothing. But I haven't said anything yet. I already know you were going to... what you were going to say. I have heard what you said. Oh, really? How nice. So glad to see you, fresh with energy. Yeah, I just lifted your skirt. How can it be so listless? Please, stop mentioning it. But, Scotty, I hope you can have a good rest. I will, don't worry. Well then, I won't come to your place tomorrow. Okay. Plan to go to the forest to conduct an investigation by myself. Don't go outside, you better stay in your room. Alright. Now it's time to record the scenes I saw in the forest this afternoon. There was a blood-stained street cat. The food it was gnawing on was a piece of flesh with white and tender skin. The bloody broken hand was under the street cat. All these scenes indicate something has happened in the forest. Someone was murdered. A scary thought flashes in my mind. Pull myself together and try to rationalize the situation from other aspects. But then I realize my deduction is very reasonable and flawless. Dreamed about the exact same murder and cruel dismemberment earlier. Strongly believe that that dream was a premonition. However, whenever I think something scary is happening somewhere in the town, can't help but tremble with fear. Town is a peaceful and quiet town. Even when the outside world was in times of war and violence, no murder ever happened here. Town has become a spiritual ballast to people here because they believe that even though they are abandoned and forgotten by the world, they can still enjoy a happy and safe life here. But what I saw today may break that tranquility of the town. If I don't figure the incident out as soon as possible, town may become a place of dead silence. People in this town have become abandoned and can't sustain another tragedy. Decide to dig up the truth tomorrow. Walking the familiar forest, I never felt so nervous after all. I may come across danger. But since I made up my mind to find out the truth, I should persevere. Continue tramping on the road in the forest. Didn't sleep well last night, so I'm really sleep deprived. Think to myself that I need to wrap up my investigation as soon as possible. Can't have none of me worried. I arrived at the same place from before. Something probably happened on the road that is blocked by the withered tree. Need to go there and take a look so I start moving the branches of the withered tree. I glance at the roof that the street cat was on while I am clearing the road, but I find no sign of the cat. Is it gone? Oh, it is gone. Some blood on the roof that must be from the flesh that the cat was gnawing on last night. When I'm ready to go forward after clearing the road, I find a trail of blood on the road. Here we go. Scene really proves my speculation yesterday to be correct. Something big must have happened here. Our trail must have come from the flesh that the cat held in its mouth. Trail goes along the road. Without any hesitation, I walk ahead, following the blood trail. Soon come to the end of the blood trail. Okay, not anyone I recognize, at least so far. Takes me a while to calm down. Haunted by the terrible scene of the dead girl. Grey fear sweeps over me whenever I recall the scene. Sun goes down, look up at the sky with my back towards the terrible scene. Try to compose myself. Resolve to figure it out, so I turn around and look back upon the dead girl. I shudder with fear when I see the dead girl again. Muster up my courage and start looking at the crime scene carefully. Judging from the lividity, she's been dead for a while. Body was brutally dismembered. Humans have a lot of blood flowing around the body. Judging from the wounds on the girl, there should be a lot of blood on the scene. But there isn't much blood on the crime scene. Yeah, which means he was moved there. Based on this information, the murder took place before the heavy rain stopped. Clothes are torn to rags, so I clearly see her body. Many of her body parts have been cut. One of her hands is obviously gone and her upper body is dismembered greatly. There is flesh scattered around including her organs. Apart from a cut made by a sharp instrument and animals' bites on her upper body, her whole body is full of irregular wounds. Who the hell did it? Truly shocked by the scene, but gradually I become used to it. Fear and panic gradually subsides, and I feel a little embarrassed about my head going blank a while ago. The crime scene. There's no need to be scared. Fortunately, nobody caught me in a panic. It's getting dark. keep thinking about what to do next on my way home. Head is in chaos after seeing the terrible scene, which is the last thing I want. Since the worst thing has happened, I need to focus on my next move. The dead girl was very young and was murdered in such a brutal way. The motivation and purpose of the murderer are unclear. Victim is just a teenage girl, which makes me think some psychopaths rape and murder girls in town to satisfy their sexual pleasures. And even if that's the case, there's no need to brutally kill people, so this deduction probably can't hold water. Vengeful murder, passion for crime, or brain is chaotic. Forget it now. Should I tell people in the town about the murder? Such a terrible scene will probably attract widespread panic. Yeah, well, somebody's probably gonna find it eventually, right? So, might as well be the ones to break out the news so that nobody else has to wander across that scene. But to keep quiet about the murder, the killer may embark on a killing spree. Yeah, there's also that too, because more people might end up dying if I don't come out about it. So who should I tell? I'm afraid there's no specific department for dealing with crimes in the safe and tranquil town. As far as I know, no such department exists in the town. Because during the time before the murder happened, no such department was ever needed. What's more, the family that governs the town won't allow such a department to be set up. Wait, the governing family in town? I can just tell them about the murder. But which family is in charge of the town? Where exactly do they live? I mean, don't you know that? Have you not been living in this town your entire life or something like that? So I realize I'm so uninformed about the town. I only know that one of these two prestigious families is governing our town. But later I realize I know nothing about the governing family, and don't even remember its name. My defense, I thought it was unnecessary to know the governing family before the murder emerged. What should I do next? I'd better go home and ask my mom about the family first. I'm back. Scotty, Nanami came to look for you earlier. Nanami? Did she come here for me? Told me she wouldn't come and asked me to take a good rest yesterday. What happened? Nanami, when did she come? Probably 1 hour ago. So weird. What's wrong? I have no idea. Did she say anything? No, she saw you went around and then left. Okay, I'd better go look for her. Hurry up, don't let her down. By the way, do you know the family that governs our town? Why do you ask? Nothing. I just felt like asking. Can't talk about the murder right now. I'll only make them more scared. So I might as well give my family and friends a heads up. Sorry, Scotty, I don't know either. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to look for Nanami. By the way, Mum, you and Dad really need to look out for yourselves lately. Since when do you care about us? Don't worry, we practice Kung Fu. Even if we find ourselves in danger, we won't take a beating. While talking, my mum swings her fist. It makes me feel like she is a child. I'm glad you think this way. Town is not as safe as we think it is. We know. You need to be careful too. After all, you young people seldom know the outside world. Okay, I'm leaving. Come back home early. Nanami wasn't around when I went to her house, so I turned back to go home. Totally dark on my way back. Door wasn't locked and nobody seemed to be home. Kept knocking and ringing the bell outside, but there was no answer. Went to places where she usually hung around, but found nothing. Nanami Shio, where are you? But this moment, well, of course we're gonna fucking worry about her. Especially now that we know that a murderer is on the loose. We're only worried about Nanami. terrible nightmare emerges in my head, and I shake my head so hard trying to eliminate the scary memory. Nanami will be fine. Terrible images I saw this afternoon occupy my mind. Thought of the tragic scene of the dead girl has me quivering with fear. Still unable to prove the killer is from our town. No matter who he is, or she, I have no doubt that the town is extremely dangerous at night. No one knows for sure whether the killer continues to kill in the town or not after night falls. We also don't know if this girl that got murdered is even from our town, so... On the contrary, the dim light and the surroundings of the town create a favourable condition for the killer. Nanami, you'll be fine. Must find you tonight. Suddenly occurs to me that Nanami may come to my home to look for me again, so I'd better go home now. What if Nanami went to go to my home? Where should I go and look for her? Scratching my head for a solution. First things first, head for all the possible places where Nanami may go. Go home. Hi. Trot back home in a dark night and pay no attention to the road ahead. Bump into a strange girl before I can react. Ouch. She sits on the ground with tears in her eyes. Seems that she took a hard fall. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry I bumped into you. Quickly gets up and the pained expression immediately disappears. Takes on a lovely look and stares at me gently. She is a really tough girl. Most girls might have burst into tears when bumped onto the ground. I'm the one who should be apologizing. Didn't pay attention to the road and bumped into you. No. It's my fault. I was in a trance and didn't know she passing by. I was standing in the middle of the road, so my bad. Sorry. Later I realized she didn't notice me at all. She had been standing there all along. Don't apologize, I feel so guilty already. Really? Yeah, it's partially my fault too. Okay. Try to size her up. I've never met her before, but she is really pretty with red pupils like rubies. Must have foreign origins. No one in this town has such red pupils. So late, why don't you go home? Voice my concerns when I feel she has no intention of leaving right away. Normally girls don't stay out late at night. She is such an exception. There we go. Actually, I'm going. I had to bring some food home, so I am running late. Oh. There's a small bag in her hand, and it must be the food, although I have no idea what's inside. Go home then. It's not safe hanging out at night. You'd better go home early. Judging from what I saw in the forest, it's very dangerous for her to stay here if the killer targets girls. I understand. Thank you. You're welcome. It's already very late. Thank you. Bye. Oh, there she is. Okay, at least we know she is alive. For now. Nanami. Finally found her at the park near my home. Luckily, I don't go home directly, but came here. When Nanami couldn't find me, she would wait for me in the park. Must have something important to tell me. Otherwise, she would have gone directly to my home. 10 o'clock now, but she is still waiting for me. Is she worried about me, or did something else happen? A little bit guilty now. Hey, Nanami. I see her trembling when I call her. Then she slowly turns around and stares at me. Don't like that she's got that same look on her face, like she did in that dream. Sense something is wrong, right after I see the look on her face. It's full of fear and pain. Dreamed about this scene before. Seeing this, I become stiffer. Has my nightmare really become a reality? No, it's impossible. What happened? Nanami, what exactly is wrong with her? Nanami, are you alright? Scotty. She's crying while I whispering my name. Without any hesitation, I immediately rush to her. Nanami, are you okay? Nanami, don't be afraid. What should I do? Okay, I think I'm going to just try holding her hand. I don't want to be too forward and try to frighten her. Although, I mean, we did just lift a skirt earlier, but yeah. Hold Nanami's hand firmly. Nanami seems to calm down a little bit. Nanami, what happened? Tell me. Although she calms down, her tears keep spilling from her eyes. Bites her lips and utters a few words in a feeble voice. I saw someone get killed. What? Where? Who got killed? On the street where your home sits. The girl next to your home was killed. It's impossible. I need to go check it out. Nanami, you wait here for me. Scotty, don't go, please. I'm so scared. Don't leave me here. Nanami, don't worry. I'll be right back. Scotty, you really want to go? Yes, I have to go. Okay, take me with you. Nanami, no. That scene is too scary for you. You're with me, so I'm going to be fine. Please, don't leave me alone. I grew up together with Nanami, but I've never seen her this vulnerable before. The sight of her helplessness tears at my heart. Can't leave her here tonight. Fine, Nanami, let's go. Oh shit, yeah. What the hell? Shocked by the scene in front of me. The girl who was living next to me has been killed. Happened after I left home looking for Nanami. Resist my fear and carefully check out the scene. The crime scene is exactly like the one in the forest. The girl's body is cut open with lots of blood, and organs scattered on the ground. The body is cut into pieces with many gashes. Look around the body parts scattered around and find someone missing. Someone missing, and the killer must have taken some body parts away. Monster. Who did this? Raw and rage. Murder occurred next to my house, spoiling my safe town fantasy completely. Scotty, let's leave. Nanami calls me in a shaky voice, bringing me back to reality. Sorry, Nanami. Let's go back to my house. Okay. After we got home, I told my parents everything I saw. After all, they were more well-informed and prudent than us. What's more, they mastered the martial arts, so they can deal with the killer well. Nanami and I are already at our wits' end. After my parents come back, Nanami and I go to my room. Pull my curtains open and see a large crowd near the crime scene. I feel much better when I see the large crowd of people. Nanami sits on my bed next to me. Parents aren't at home today. The brutal killer is still at large. It's not wise to let her spend the night alone. So we asked Nanami to stay over. Nanami and I spent a lot of time together since childhood, so our parents are pretty close. This is a vacant room in my home, and Nanami staying over is a common occurrence. But she seems to be unwilling to stay alone, which is understandable considering what she has gone through. Nanami. Yes? It's time for sleep. Scotty, can I stay in your room tonight? Naomi, are you sure? Scotty, please. Naomi. Please, don't leave me alone. Don't be scared, Naomi. My parents are both at home. Even if the killer comes, he can't rifle us. But I'm so scared. I freak out at the thought of being alone in the darkness. Please, don't leave me alone. Tears spill from her eyes again. I don't have the heart to refuse her again. I'll make an exception to let her stay in my room tonight. Fine, you can stay with me tonight. I won't leave you alone. Scotty, thank you. Naomi, stop crying. Men are easily overwhelmed by girls' tears, which is the best weapon to deal with men. Girls like Naomi really break my heartstrings when they cry. You give in to girls. Sorry. Naomi, you can sleep on the bed and I will sleep on the floor. No. No? What's your plan then? Scotty, you sleep on the bed. I can crash anywhere. Don't even think about that, Naomi. Why? I'm a man. It's okay, I don't mind. No, haven't you heard about a legend? What legend? Whoever makes a girl suffer will meet his nemesis. Fine. So be good, sleep in a bed. Can't let Naomi sleep on the cold and hard floor, so I made up the legend to trick her. Feel at ease and fall asleep in no time with Naomi around. I hear her whispering around midnight. Scotty, you awake? Yeah. Scotty, thank you. I sleep quite lightly after all I've been through. To hearing her whisper, I become wide awake. Naomi, what's wrong? Nothing. Naomi, don't be afraid. I'm here. I know. Scotty, the floor must be very hard. You can come sleep in the bed. Is it okay for us to share a bed? It's okay. I'm telling you, something interesting might happen. I'm kidding. I'm fine on the floor. Sleep tight. All the misery will end tomorrow. Yeah. No, I don't think that's happening. Because it's only just started, so it's only going to get worse from here. Is that your pet phrase? Yeah, our luck will be gone eventually, so we need to be optimistic. Alright. Go to sleep, Naomi. I'm really sleepy now. Good night. Good night, Scotty. End of chapter. Yeah, well, that was one hell of a start to the game. Yeah, it's only gonna get worse from here.